Hello everyone, in this video we are going to configure the ISIs on Nokia SROS, and I am expecting those who are viewing this video will understand the Nokia SR platform and have a understanding of ISIS protocol, because we are going to see the configuration part only. We will not going to discuss the concepts in deep detail. So this is my topology R1, R2, R3, R4. We are going to configure all these four router in a single area 49.01, and we are going to configure point to point between R1 and R2, broadcast between R1 and R3, and broadcast between R3 and R4, and point to point between R2 and R3. Sorry, in R2 and R4. So before begin, I request you all please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get the update. So let's begin with the configuration. These are my router 1, show router interface, and let me ping the IP of router 2, 10.1.2.2.2, so it's reachable. So we are first going to configure a point-to-point interface between R1 and R2 in area 49 in under ISS configure router ISIS area ID 49 interface to R2 interface type point to point. Okay, sorry, no shutdown. Back. So now we need to go to R2. As per the topology configure router OSP, sorry, ISIS area ID 49 interface to R1 interface type point to point, no shut exit all, show router ISIS adjacencies, configure router ISIS info. It shut down, so we need to unshut this. Sorry, no shutdown. Same thing we need to done on R1, no shutdown. So show router ISIS adjacency. Now my adjacency is up with router 2 as a point to point. So now we are going to configure between R1 and R3. So interface to R3. So R3. So I need broadcast, right? Interface type broadcast. Okay, back. I need to go to R3, configure router as area ID 49. Okay, interface to R1, interface type broadcast, back info, no shutdown, show router as adjacencies. We can check now, it's up. Okay, so now what I need to do, I need to configure a broadcast adjacency between R3 and R4. So interface to R4, oh sorry, R4 interface type broadcast, and back, and also we can call the system interface. Okay, interface system back. So R3, I will go on R1 as well, interface system back. Let's go on R4, configure router ISIS. No shut interface system, first we call back interface to R3. With R3 we need a broadcast, sorry, interface type broadcast, back interface to R2. Between this we need point to point, so interface type point to point back. Okay, exit all, show router ISIS adjacency. It's with 3, but with 2 we have not yet configured, so do admin save here. So go on router 2 info interface. First of all, call system interface system sorry, back interface to R4. We need a point to point, right? Interface type point to point back, show router ISIS adjacency. Okay, admin save. So my adjacencies are configured as per the requirement. Show router ISIS adjacencies. Look, as per the requirement, it's configured. So now, so first of all, we will ping system IP address of 9.10.10.4, right? Which we are receiving from learning from ISIS. Show router route table. Look, it's learning from ISIS. Okay, so my ISIS adjacencies are up. So now what we want that ISIS will use the interface bandwidth as a reference bandwidth, same as OSPF. So for that, what we need to configure is we need to configure a wide matrix in ISIS. So how we can configure it? First, configure on router ISIS level 1 wide matrix only, level 2 wide metric only. Will configure this in all router. Configure router ISIS level 1 wide metric only. So now only configure router ISIS level 1 wide metric only, level 2 wide metric only. So now we have configured a wide metric. So next thing we need to configure is reference bandwidth working 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, so we will copy this command and paste it in all router 3, router 1, router 2, and router 4 we have already done. So next thing we'll check the authentication. So let's go on R1 if we need to configure hello authentication in ISS. So interface to R2. Okay, hello authentication. Authentication, and we have hello authentication. Authentication hyphen type password and authentication hyphen key, which I am giving is secret, SECRET, right? So now show router ISIS adjacency. Okay, look, my adjacency with 2 is down because I have configured the authentication on router 1 but not on router 2. So same thing I'm going to do on router 2. interface to R1, interface to R1, and hello upon authentication, hello authentication type password, and hello authentication hyphen key is C RET. This I have given on R1 as well. So let's check. Show router ISIS adjacency. Now it's up with R1. Check. Now my adjacency is up. So this is how authentication we can configure on ISIS. So here I have configured a plain text authentication, right? Similarly, we can configure the MD5. So let's try to configure with MD5 interface to R between R3 and R4. So I'm on R3 to interface to R4. Authentication hyphen type. Now I can give MD message digest and authentication hyphen key. I can give password MD5 password. Okay, so show router ISIS adjacency. So now it's my adjacency is down. The same thing. What we can do, configure interface to R3. Hello authentication. Authentication type MD5. Sorry, message digest, and password is key is MD5 hyphen. This I have given on R3 as well, right? MD5 password. So let me check. Show router ISIS adjacency. Now it's up with R3. So guys, that is all about the ISIS configuration in SROS. Thank you for watching my video, and I request you again to subscribe my channel and press bell icon.